welcome back to my channel. So today's video will be about height and my weight in Korea and my experiences with it, and I guess just how being tall in Korea was and how being thin in Korea was. So I'll first start with height and then I'll go into like my weight. So I am 5'9", and that's pretty tall for a girl, especially in Korea. That's actually really tall for a girl. There are people who are taller than me, of course, in Korea, but it's very rare. I'm usually the tallest person where I am, girl-wise, not guy-wise. So the first thing about my height is clothing. This is probably the most common thing being tall. Your clothes they just don't fit right. You know what I mean? Like when you're shorter, your clothes fit perfectly. You know, your ankles are covered, your wrists are covered. But being in Korea, it was hard to find clothes where my wrists, you know, could be covered. Like, this is what I mean by my wrist. Like, the clothes never did. That's eyeliner, by the way. This never happened to my clothes. The biggest thing was pants. I never shop for pants on Asian sites. I don't shop for pants in Korea. I don't even try anymore because I know it's not gonna end well. My legs are just too long to fit in an Asian size pant or a Korean size pants, to be specific. So I just don't shop for pants. I think I've shopped for pants in Korea once, and the pair of pants that I bought, I think it was actually tights that I bought. I bought the tights and it was just a nightmare. They never fit me. I looked like I had high water tights on, which even for like the photo shoot that I've done for a Korean hip-hop brand that had tights in their line, none of their pants fit me. So it was just kind of like, why am I having a photo shoot about pants when y'all know this does not fit my legs? And most people are gonna see this and think when they get these pants, it's gonna be like this for them, but it's not. A great example of this, I'll probably put one picture here, but for this company that I modeled for, none of their pants in their line ever fit me unless they were guy pants. So all the girl pants that were always high waters. No, I just have a hate relationship with pants that are Asian size or pants that are from Korea. The next thing is, as a tall person, you stand out like a sore thumb. You will stand out a lot, especially if you're foreign. Scratch that. Especially if you're black and you're tall and you're a girl, you're gonna stand out. You're a walking zoo. You are a walking zoo. You will get stared at because of your height, because you're black. Like, you know, all these things kind of go together. In the subway, I stood out a lot, especially because most people are smaller than me, which is normal. But like, you stand out like crazy. Like on the subway, you're way taller than everybody. Your head's sticking out. But it's all good. I don't mind it. I don't mind standing out. I've come to terms in my life that I will always stand out. And if you're tall, just come to terms with it. Just be like, yep, I know I'm gonna stand out, and it's fine. The next thing is having friends in Korea, okay? And when I say friends, I mean male friends. I know this is like not really a thing in the US. Like, I have all types of friends in the US where some of my friends are like way shorter than me, some of my friends are taller than me. Like, height doesn't really matter in the US, or even in Kenya, it doesn't really matter. But in Korea, making guy friends is really interesting. I have friends who are shorter than me, but they will constantly remind me that I'm taller than them. What I mean by that is, like, everything, like when we're just going out, they'll be like, wow, you're so tall. And I'm like, you've known me for like 3 years. I don't get any shorter. Like, I'm not, if anything, I'm growing more. You're just stagnant. I have this one friend who will constantly be like, you're so tall, you're so tall. And I'm like, big, it's not gonna change. I'm gonna stay this tall. But making male friends, like, some people don't even want to be your friends if you're taller than like them because they feel intimidated because you're taller. Like, some people, like, especially men in Korea, I don't really see men in Korea when it comes to dating people who are taller than them. I always see Korean guys dating girls who are shorter, which is very normal because as a tall girl, I don't date anybody who's shorter than me. I just feel like it's kind of weird. Yeah, I know, I'm weird like that, so I can't knock anybody for trying to date somebody who's shorter than them, right? Like, so I understand the dating aspect of that. But when it comes to making guy friends, I don't understand why it's such a big thing. I don't understand why me being so tall is intimidating. But I do have some short Korean friends, but I have like 2 out of like the many that I have. Like, males, when it comes to like males, all the girls are shorter than me. That's very normal. Girls, Korean girls don't care if you're their friend and you're taller than them. They don't care. But when it comes to guys, it's like a really big thing where they just want to point out that you're taller. Have I had like a weird experience with that? Oh! I should probably not post this picture. If I do find the picture, I'll post it. But like there's this one time I was taking a picture with one of my friends. Like this was like back in 2014 when I was in Korea. He's relatively shorter than me. And we were taking a picture on like a staircase, and he got on a stair and then he tiptoed. So he's even more taller than me. And I was just like, I was looking at this picture. I might post the picture if I find it. But I was looking at this picture like, what's the point of doing all that? Like, it doesn't matter if I'm taller than you. But I guess to him it mattered. So that's the thing with making Korean friends who are shorter than you. It might be difficult. So the next thing I'll be talking about is how my weight played into fitting in, I guess you could say, and how people reacted to my body type. I am under my normal weight. It should be a certain weight, right? But that weight, I'm not there, and I'm totally fine with it. I'm not anorexic, I'm not bulimic, I don't have any type of eating disorder. The good thing about this is I can fit into any type of clothing I want in Korea. Like, there's never really a time that I've been in Korea where I have had a hard time finding clothing. I can fit to any size. They're smalls, they're extra smalls, I can fit. The only problem I've probably had sometimes is some of their clothes fit me, but the waist is too big. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, if I wear high-waisted shorts in Korea, usually there's still a whole lot of space in the waist, like high-waisted shorts, but of course this matters what brand it is. But usually some smalls don't fit me, or some extra smalls are too big for me and stuff like that. It just depends where I'm shopping, of course. Just like the US, it just depends where I'm shopping. But I usually generally fit into any type of clothing. If anything, it's like the skirts I fit into, but my butt is just really uncomfortable in the skirt. Like, I don't have a big old booty or anything. Like, I'm blessed, but I'm not that, like, well, actually, no, let me not say I'm not that blessed, because I do like my butt. But, like, even when I wear clothes in Korea, like smalls, my butt just feels very uncomfortable. I feel like I'm getting suffocated. So it depends. Like, some ways I fit in, and, like, some ways I don't fit in. But that's basically the gist of it. The second thing about being thin in Korea is a lot of people tend to compliment my body type. Whereas if you compare to the US, I don't really get compliments about my body type. When I'm in the US, it's more like people telling me like, oh, you're so thin, oh, you need to eat more, oh, do you eat? And I'm just like, can y'all mind your own business? Like, y'all don't know my body, leave me alone. But in Korea, it's a little different. By the way, I only take those comments from people who are my family members or people who I think of as family, but it gets very overwhelming in the US when everybody's constantly telling you like you need to eat or your parents feeding you, and it's annoying. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very annoying. But in Korea, this is gonna tie into my next point, but for now, in Korea, I got a lot of compliments. People would say my body looks really good. I would get like a lot of ajumas being like, oh, your body's really nice. Now this, of course, is not just me being thin, it's also me being tall and being like how I look right now. It's just interesting, that aspect of getting compliments a lot more about my body type in Korea. But like in the US, where everybody has like a really big butt, like really big boobs, really tiny waist, like that's the trend here. But in Korea, like they compliment you if it looks good on you. Does that make sense? Like if you're curvy and you look good, you're gonna get compliments. You know what I mean? If you're thin and you don't look too thin, I don't know, they're gonna compliment you. It was nice to have somebody not constantly be like, oh, are you eating? Oh, are your parents feeding you? It was just nice to have somebody be like, oh, your body looks great. And I'm like, thank you. It's just nice to have a difference from like the US and then go to Korea and it's that different. And then the next thing, which I guess is kind of the opposite, but every time I went to a photo shoot, I don't know what it was with people, but they would always say I'm thin, like I'm really thin. Everybody would be like, wow, your body's really thin, wow, you're really thin. And so it would always be like interesting to see people being like, oh my god, you're really thin. An example is like in Korea when I was doing my shoots, I barely ever got to dress myself. Somebody else would dress me so like they can coordinate my outfit. It was all girls though, so they can coordinate my outfit. And every time they would like touch me, it would always be like, oh my god, you're so thin. And I'm like, I guess I don't look thin from afar, I don't know. But it was just really interesting to hear somebody in Korea say I'm really thin, because if you see the images they put on television, it's usually girls who are way thinner than me. Like most K-pop idols are way thinner than I am. And it's just interesting to be like, I'm thin? I think your girls are more thin, but obviously I didn't say that. It's not my place to even say that. But yeah, it was just really interesting having people in like my shoots be like, oh my gosh, she's really thin, or oh my god, I think you should get a size smaller, it's not gonna fit her, and I'm like, whoa, it's gonna fit me, bring it back. But it was interesting. I think as a tall girl and then being thin on top of that, it's very different. I can't speak on my curvy ladies because I'm not curvy and I don't want to say something and then it's not right. I mean, like, not right as in I tell you some information and then a curvy girl makes a video and she's like, wait, what? No. You know what I mean? It's just not my place to speak about it. But I will tell you this, somebody did ask me if it's possible to find clothes if you're more curvy. It's very, very possible to find clothes. Korea has a lot of American stores, and we all know that American stores have a lot of sizes. They have a Forever 21, an H&M, a Zara, and a Bershka. I don't know any more than that. Anyways, guys, that was all I wanted to say. That was my experience. I don't think it's a bad experience, but anyways, guys, that was all for today. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel, and also like and share with your friends. And also follow me on Instagram and my Facebook, and yeah, I don't have a Twitter, so that's it. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.